The Queen of Great Britain passed away on the 8th September 2022. The era has ended. One more cycle in the history of the United Kingdom has come to the end too. Elizabeth II made a great contribution to the development of her country, having spent 70 years on the throne, being the first in terms of the duration of her stay on the throne. She managed not only to preserve the kingdom, but also to strengthen its status on the world stage. Let's see how it all started. When Elizabeth was a little girl, she had no idea that she would take the throne at the age of 25. She ascended the throne in 1952 after the death of her father, King George VI. At the coronation of the new queen, young, beautiful and virtuous, took place in Westminster Abbey on the 2nd of June 1953 and seemed to herald a bright future. 15 heads of the government were replaced during her reign. According to the British media, with the first of them, Winston Churchill, she had friendly relations. Their favorite topics of conversations were horses, horse racing and polo. It's only one side of her life. However, we want to highlight not only her monarch life, but also the relations with the family members. Prince Philip, the Duke of Edinburgh, and Queen Elizabeth got married in 1947. All his life, the Duke was a loving husband and a devoted father and grandfather. The Queen and the Duke's long and happy marriage supported the union through many years of royal duties and raising a family together.
A huge invisible part of Prince Philip's work and legacy is the support he gave the Queen, which has been invaluable to her. The fact her monarchy has been so long and successful is in large part to his work behind the scenes. Elizabeth assumed the throne, and Philip's military career came to an end as he took on the role of the royal consort, one thing that was difficult at first for Philip to adjust to. Philip refused to kneel at Elizabeth's coronation. He justified his desire to depart from tradition by the fact that she was his wife, and that a man should not kneel before his wife. In the end, he did as it was requested according to the royal traditions. Being a queen and a loving mother at the same time wasn't easy. Elizabeth II was trying to learn the right prioritization for many years. Despite the fact that the queen had special relations with each heir, they were far from being equally warm and close with every family member. According to historian Robert Lacey, the queen believed it was better to leave the children in the care of nannies, rather than drag them around the world. This has led to suggestion that Charles did not form a strong bond with his mother as he did with nannies and his beloved grandmother. Anne was only a year old when her mother, Elizabeth II, became the queen. However, unlike Prince Charles, she didn't hold a grudge against her for spending little time with her as a child. Mom and daughter became close because of their love for horses, and Anne became the first royal to take part in the Olympics. Prince Andrew and Prince Edward, who were born 10 years later, had a very different experience growing up with Elizabeth. The media even has such a thing as the second family of the Queen. It refers to her younger children because of the difference in their upbringing and that of Charles and Anne. It doesn't mean that she didn't have a good relationships with her first children. Whenever it was possible, she played with them in the same way as any mother would play with her children, but she still had more contact with the younger one.
The Queen became a grandmother for the first time in 1977. She had 8 grandchildren. But in our opinion, Prince William and Harry are the most discussed. They are the children of King Charles and the late Princess Diana. The Queen and Prince William have always had a strong relationship. Elizabeth II understood how important her role in raising her grandson was and never forgot about these responsibilities. Kate Middleton sits on the edge between worshipping her as the head of the royal family in public and treating her like her children's great-grandmother. She had a special bond with the Queen. Also, it is said that the Queen was particularly close to Harry. By the way, do you know that Harry is Prince Henry's nickname, which has stuck with him since his earlier childhood and is now used even in the official press? Elizabeth II appreciated his sense of humor and unmistakable ability to evoke a smile in her. The Queen has been a staunch supporter of Harry and Meghan since their engagement, but the couple doesn't seem grateful to the sovereign. The Sussexes are constantly trying to cast a shadow on the crown, which cannot but sadden Elizabeth. But no matter what, for millions of people, Elizabeth was Her Majesty. But for her grandchildren, she always remained a kind and caring grandmother. Elizabeth's reign spanned from the Industrial Age to the Internet Age, 70 years of greed and stoicism, during which she met generations of legendary world leaders, helped guide the UK through the loss of its empire and its transformation into a mid-sized, multicultural nation. From the young queen to the grandmother of the nation, decade after decade, she smiled, waved, shook hands, and chatted with a huge number of admirers, despite all the difficulties. Her cool, dependable joyfulness made her extremely popular with the British public.
We will meet again.